Thursday, July 8th, 2021. Time is 11:02 a.m. This is a special meeting agenda to consider human resource personnel changes. Officially calling the meeting to order, attending Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Filios. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, item number 1 is coming off.
So we are striking item number 1, which is holiday pay 312. Okay. Fine then. Okay, so we'll move on to our next business item, which is convert part-time night records clerk to full-time clerk 2, District Court. Marissa, please.
Yes, we're approaching the board to have the conversion sooner and the other position sooner than even asking for the budget year, because we are drowning in work over there. And in fact, the Supreme Court is supposed to have some letters for me of support. They are getting that ready, I guess. I'm going to get a hold of them. And the Supreme Court is sending 2 people. They're flying up here next week to help us double check. Like, we've checked everything with a fine tooth comb, but just double check any inefficiencies, like anything they can do to help, to verify, like, and help us out, like that, if there's anything better we can do to take care of it.
Did you guys get the memo we sent regarding why we're requesting this now?
Okay. Well, okay, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So as Marissa had mentioned at a previous budget meeting, there were about, 35 pages a day that you're filing, and we need to be about 10,000 a day.
Yeah, so about 10,000 legal filings, like document pages a day, are coming in approximately, and even with extra help, that department can only handle about 3,500 a day, and just too far behind. People are, like, if say in court, a custody matter is set a certain way, it's taken 2 or 3 weeks to get the documents to them, you know.
How do we look budgetarily?
Budgetarily, well, I just presented that information. We had talked on Friday about right now county assistance out of the Fund 40 is currently being levied. In the previous years, we didn't levy, we used fund balance, and we're still building up that fund balance. So with that, Michelle and Shelley and I sat down yesterday, and we cut about 43,000 from Fund 10.
That's the one you just gave us.
Yes.
Now. Okay.
And then that's the last page, kind of shows the summary of it.
Okay.
And then we ended up saying, instead of levying for Fund 40 operations and then that portion of the Panhandle Health that we have to pay for the state share now, we're looking at, she has here $342,300 plus $435,937 that we can take from fund balance. So we're going to be returning.
Right. So 2 separate issues. First of all, plenty of money for 2021.
Right.
And then going into 22 is where the cuts are being made.
Yes.
To further fund this.
Yes. And the other thing, I talked to Steve earlier, Treasurer Steve Matheson. He believes some of the ARPA funding could be covering people for backlogs in district court. So that's an opportunity. We obviously haven't received the funds yet, but going forward for a certain amount of time, we could be eligible to use that money, the ARPA funding, to fill these backlogs of the filings.
Okay. Any questions? No. You okay?
Yep.
I'm fine. Motion?
I move that, and we're handling these separately, right? Okay. I move that we approve the conversion of the part-time night records clerk to full-time clerk 2.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye, and the motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Marissa. Okay, so now we move on to yet another district clerk position, which is a request for new clerk 2 position for district court. Go ahead, Marissa.
It just falls under the same category, converting the position and asking for this other position.
Okay.
It's work in crisis mode. It's not just a matter of reorganizing where we work to run more efficient. It's just a crisis thing where we definitely need the staff.
Right. And then once the Supreme Court gives letters of support and they make their findings with these 2 people coming next week, then we'll have more information about how to go forward in the next budget year. But right now, it sounds like you got to have this person.
I agree.
So, okay, just to enlighten everybody, including me, what is it that the court's going to do next week? What are we talking about?
They're coming out to evaluate the situation and look for inefficiencies and make recommendations in case there's any because it puts us all at a liability, the county and the state.
Okay, so this is the Supreme Court we're talking about?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
flying 2 people up here because these paperwork are supposed to be handled within 24 hours based on the First Amendment. And if we don't, then we're violating those people's rights and puts us at liability.
Constitutional. Okay, got it.
Right.
Due process.
Yep.
Understood. Okay. Bill,
I'm fine.
go ahead.
I move that we approve the request for new clerk 2 position for district court.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion passes. Thanks, Marissa.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 4. Request for 2 new ARPA-funded positions, resource management. Jody, please.
Yes. We are requesting a grant manager position, which would be a grade 9, and a grant technician position, which would be a grant 8. The purpose for this request is to meet the compliance and reporting responsibilities of the $32 million project that the board, I believe on Tuesday, approved the application of. And so we are seeking board approval to hire those 2 individuals.
Okay.
Okay, question. Nancy, were you able to pick up Jody? Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay. And these are ARPA funded?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the question that arises is what happens when ARPA goes away?
Well, when the funds go away, the positions go away, and that's typically how grant funded positions work.
Okay.
And then start date?
Well, we would like to start the technician the 19th of July, and we would like to at least post the position as soon as possible for the grant manager.
Okay. And then, but the funds will already have arrived by then?
The funds will be applied for, and if you can let me know exactly, if you give me a couple more minutes on, well, maybe a couple more days. We haven't applied for the funds yet. We're just waiting for some information that once we do, they should come relatively quickly.
Okay. Okay, so it won't back up against, I mean, we're not going to be paying somebody when the funds aren't here yet, I guess is what I'm. Okay.
Okay.
And then can we reevaluate every year to make sure the 2 positions are needed every year to go forward?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Okay. And what's creating the demand, just out of curiosity? Go right ahead.
Well, it's a $32 million project, and
Go ahead.
typically a project of that size, you would want to have the appropriate resources in order to implement it. And the ARPA funds, although the number is 32 million, it's multiple smaller projects underneath that 32 million. And I don't mean smaller in the sense that they're itty bitty, just
Right.
smaller in terms of, so it's multiple projects that are under an umbrella of 32 million. It takes quite a bit of manpower to be able to administer and manage the process.
Yeah, essentially administering and compliance to,
Yes.
and reporting, I
Yes,
guess is
that's
what it
yeah.
is.
You're correct.
Okay. Any questions? Yeah, go right ahead, Kim.
We just wanted to address the housekeeping
Speak up. It's
a housekeeping issue
good. Thank you.
regarding the grades
thank you.
because we did take a look at the manager position back in 2017. She was asking for it during her budget, but she didn't get that position that year,
Right.
so it was never an approved position
Right.
grade. However, she has other manager positions at the grade that she's requesting. The other position, she's going to have to develop a job description.
The technician?
Yes,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
this is an estimate based on internal comparison to other positions and the requirements that she would have. So we are asking for an exception then to be able to utilize these estimates while we are on the back end doing our normal process.
Okay, but they'll still come before us for approval of the new job description.
Yes, although with the start date on the 19th, a person would be starting before the grades were approved.
So my question would be then, how do you hire somebody if you don't have a job description?
Because I think the information that we have provides enough for the process to begin. And I believe that the comparables that we have in the county, plus this particular job, is already defined. It's just a matter of going through the process of being able to be verified and graded. I don't personally believe that it's going to be that significantly different in my personal opinion, but
Okay.
go through the process.
So what you're saying is you can accurately describe the position for any
Correct.
potential applicant.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. We'll fast track the job description so that it can get posted
Under
and
the
looked
grant
at. It's
manager.
just the
Yes.
approval wouldn't happen by the board till
Right.
after the fact.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that somebody says, yes, I'll take this job for this amount of money, and then it turns out to be not what they expected.
You mean the job?
Yeah.
Oh, right. No, there will be sufficient, there is sufficient information to describe the job.
Okay.
That there will not be any ambiguity.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Darrin, what needs to be in the motion as far as we're kind of doing this out of order? So we can approve the position and then,
Would it be as presented since we're on record, or?
So was it presented in writing?
Yeah.
So just approve that.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, I move that we approve the request for 2 new ARPA funded positions as outlined in the memo.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Philios,
Aye, and the motion is carried. Thank you, Jody. Item number 5, converting appraiser 1 to appraiser 2 with pay increase for employee.
Yes,
Reba?
we have a residential appraiser 1 who currently has fulfilled all the requirements to be an ad valorem certified appraiser in the state of Idaho. And that's happened. She's done her coursework and her year of experience. So she can now write off on appraisals. So she's ready for that appraiser 2.
Okay. And this is obviously in accordance with policy. Yep, this is what we do routinely. Okay. Any questions for Reba?
No.
Motion?
I move that we approve the, hang on here. So we are converting a position. There's not an open 2 that she's moving into. Converting.
It's not a currently open position, is that correct?
Yes, we have been converting 2s down to 1s to get the
Right.
higher. So yes, we are converting it to a 2. I
Okay.
don't believe we have an open 2 this time. We only have 1 open.
Okay. So do we know if this is one of the ones that was downgraded, now being upgraded, or we don't know?
Did it with multiple.
Right.
You did
Okay.
you reduced a number of them from a 2
Yeah.
to a 1.
Okay.
All
All right. Then I move that we approve the conversion of appraiser 1 to appraiser 2 with the pay increase as outlined.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Clarification, pay active is pay period 15. Second.
Chairman Philios,
Aye. And so the motion carries for the conversion of appraiser 1 to appraiser 2 with the pay increase as indicated. Okay, moving on to item 6, which is HR Director Salary Adjustment. Prosecutor? Oh.
Let me try to get him. Michelle, I do have a question. Are all the changes that we're doing today going to be updated for our new numbers? Okay. So is tomorrow the last day? When's?
Well, actually, it would have been Saturday, right? July 3rd, because that was the end of the pay period.
So none of these things we're doing today are going to be reflected. Is there any way that we can make another line item to? Okay. Only because now we're going to be taking some, I just would like to be able to keep track.
I understand.
So.
Barry, okay?
Probably on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can wait.
Yeah.
Don't we have any music? Not the typical one.
Not the guitar music. I mean,
Yes, no, yeah.
I'm fine to go ahead and handle this. It's pretty straightforward.
it is,
We
too.
had a discussion earlier, and
Yeah,
it's
we
just
did, as a
moving
matter of
the
fact.
HR director to market due to circumstances that we have encountered many times over in the last 6 months. And I'm fine with it because I believe the experience, she would have been hired at probably 95%, and then with a wage adjustment at 100% of market. So I'm fine with it.
Fair enough. Bill, you okay?
Fine.
As am I. Motion, please.
I move that we approve the HR director salary adjustment.
I
As
second
in-
the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Philios,
Aye, and I just want to qualify that it's presented in the memo from the Office of the Prosecuting Attorney dated July 6th of this year. And the motion is thereby carried for the salary adjustment for the HR director. Thank you, everyone. And public comment? Hearing none. 11:18, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.